Hey, good morning. Christy here, and welcome to my channel. Today is Friday, February the 5th, I think. It's a chilly morning, but it's sunny and it's beautiful. I'm actually out at an estate sale this morning. Their prices were still a little high, which happens a lot here at estate sales. But I don't know how many of you out there, I'm sure you do, know the Commonwealth picker Kevin. He always says that he challenges himself to find something. So I decided, don't give up, just keep going through and see what you can find. They have a huge storage garage thing, so I went through there. Had a couple things outside, but nothing that was worth any value for me. I went into the house, and of course everything is expensive. Looks like the owner of this property was a musician. There were a whole bunch of instruments and guitars, drums, keyboards, microphones, all the different equipment for that a typical musician would have in his home. They had like a drummer's stool, but they wanted like $30 for it, and it was falling apart. So we could have used that, Ricky and me, but not for 30 bucks. I kept going through the house, searching for different stuff to see what I could find, and I walked into the garage, and there wasn't very much in there. But again, Commonwealth Picker says, challenge yourself to find one thing. I kept trying to remind myself, look for the things that maybe other pickers wouldn't look for. I wanted to think outside the box. It was really hard at this estate sale. I was ready to walk out and leave without buying anything, and then I picked into a box and I found these really cool things, which I love them, so don't judge me. I love music, and so I found these old reel-to-reel tapes. They had a whole bunch of them. Some of them were recorded over. I mean, there was one that said New Year's Eve 1971 or something. So I mean, there's somebody's memories, but this one I think is blank. It doesn't have any writing on it, which is why I picked it up. Some of the other ones did have writing on them. If you don't know what a reel-to-reel looks like, it's just this tape on this big wheel. I hope you can see that because we're kind of in the shade here. I picked up 4 different ones because I love them. I think they're cool, and even if they're not worth anything, I'm gonna put them on my wall. If you hop over to our channel, You and I Musical Experience, you'll see the back wall has guitars and music stuff. So I've got some 8 tracks I want to put up. Anyway, so I bought 4 of them. They were $2 a piece. This one is actually Frank Sinatra, and it's called Ring-a-Ding-Ding. So I wish I could play these, but I don't have anything to play them on. I also found other music media. I found a bunch of tapes, cassette tapes. These cassette tapes, she sold them to me for 50 cents a piece, and when I'm able to sell other things, I'll attach one of these to the item, or I'll sell them individually. I don't know, but I love them. So I went ahead and bought those. They're all brand new and sealed. One of the cooler things that I found was this Rolling Stone magazine. I paid $5 for it, which seems maybe a little too much because it's pretty beat up, but it's dated September 22nd, 1977, and it has Elvis Presley on the cover, and I believe this is around the time that he passed, because it's a tribute to Elvis Presley. One of the reasons that I wasn't afraid to pick it up was because it's got some advertising on the inside, which can be sold. So I know some of these ads are worth some money. If it's not worth a whole lot because of its condition, I'm gonna try to piece it out and just sell the ads. I don't know if there's any more estate sales today. We're expecting snow next week, so we probably won't have an opportunity to go out and source. But I had a good time this morning. If there's something else that happens today, I'll make sure to fill you in. Let's see what else is going on. I found another moving sale, so I'm here right now. I'm gonna walk into this moving sale and see if I can't find anything, and I'll share with you when I'm done, show you what I bought. Okay, so that moving sale was not a great success. I got a few things. I found a couple of leather-bound books. It was a set of 3 in the box, so hopefully I can get those sold for a little bit of money. oh my gosh, you won't believe what happened. I was shopping at this moving sale, and I made a sale on eBay, and it was so quiet in that house. It just seemed like that cha-ching rang out, and I was so embarrassed. I was afraid somebody would hear it, but there weren't that many people there. I heard the lady talking, and she was saying, I don't think anybody has seen those bookends. And another lady says, well, people don't use books anymore. They read everything right off their cell phones. The ironic thing was, as they were discussing that, I was actually looking through all of their books to see if I couldn't find something that caught my eye. But anyway, I did look at the bookends because I know that bookends sell, because a lot of their stuff looked vintage. I wanted to check them out, but the ones that caught my eye, they were Abraham Lincoln, and I thought they were cast iron, but they ended up being chalkware. One of them had a big chunk missing. They were gold. They looked really neat. I also bought a set of 10 DVDs. They're like historical DVDs. The reason I went ahead and picked those up was because they were brand new, still sealed. The lady running the sale said, well, there's 10 of them. How about 50 cents a piece? So I paid $5, but I couldn't tell her no. She was just so sweet. They're just an older, sweet couple. I bought them. I probably won't make that much off of them. I didn't look anything up while I was there. I wanted to just kind of see what they had, enjoy the experience, and go from there. So anyway, we'll see. I may not make anything off of those. That's okay. I also bought a vintage plush from the Olympics. The reason that I purchased that is because I do have other vintage Olympic items that I think I want to bundle them together so I can get the best price possible. I have a listing right now up for a vintage Olympics item. I believe it's playing cards, but they're not new. They were used. They were open. They were all there. They're not like wonderful, so they're not a very high priced item. So I'm hoping I can lot this stuff together, because I also have some ornaments from the Olympics, and I believe this is the 80s. Hopefully I can get these put together and sold. Oh my gosh, there's a sign right there that says estate sale. If I had more time, I'd stop. You know what? It's 11:45. Rick gets out of work at noon, and it takes him about 30 minutes to get home. So that leaves me at least half an hour before, because I'm only like 10 minutes from my house. So I'm going to turn around. That estate sale, that house is totally packed. I mean, every single room is set up with Mickey Mouse items, like plushies and figurines and crib toys. I mean, I couldn't list them all because there are so many. But that's just not something that I'm into. I don't really like. I love toys, but when it comes to Mickey Mouse, I feel like everybody looks for that stuff. Everybody's trying to sell Mickey Mouse. He's just so popular, which on the one hand, because he's so popular, should help the stuff to sell. From my point of view, just for myself, this is totally my own opinion, it's just not something that thrills me to sell it. I happen to know the girl that was running it. This collection was her grandfather's. They were trying to sell on eBay, but the fees were too much, and she's like, you would sell something for like $5, and the eBay fees were like $4, so you really weren't making any money off of anything. So we just decided not to do that, and I thought, that's kind of not how it works. They charge you a percentage, and if it's a $5 item, how are they going to charge you $4? I asked her, have you sold on eBay for very long? Because I thought maybe she was just new and wasn't really understanding how it worked. And she said her dad has been doing it for a long time. Time is relative. So a long time for me, I'm thinking like, this is her dad. Maybe he's done it for 20 years. But a long time for her could be like, he's been doing it for a year and it seems like it didn't work. Because if you try for a year and you're not making any money, you're losing money, or you're only making $1 profit off of each item, yeah, it can seem like a forever long process. But well, I don't know. I told her that maybe we'd come back tomorrow. I only had $2 in my pocket anyway. There just wasn't a whole lot to look at. I mean, that really intrigued me. nothing that's kind of the thing that I like to sell. And I spent 20 minutes there, most of it talking to her. So yeah, it took me longer to talk to her and say how's it going than it did to look through all of their stuff. Now I've got a mess in my car. I don't know if you can see the disaster that is in my car. Looks like my workroom, huh? I hope you guys had fun hanging out with me this morning. I'm headed home. I'm almost there. Ricky's almost home. We're gonna have lunch and enjoy the rest of our Friday together. So we'll see you soon. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and always walk in the favorite color, in your favorite color of sunshine. Why do I always get that wrong?